Alright folks, it's Alan Wade back here, A-Dubb Productions, bringing you the second part of our how-to video on web design. I believe we left off, we made an index page, and we made a index CSS, index.html and index.css, and so far our index.html looks like this in Chrome. The only thing we did was add a background, if my memory serves me correctly, and we called the page practice, and I put the "What's up, y'all" text on there. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make our first container, which we're gonna put in the center of the space here of the background, the color. We're gonna put a container. We're gonna line it up in the center. That we're gonna and the container is gonna have our header content and our footer in it. Alright, so let's do that. Alright. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna erase this text, the "What's up, y'all" text. We'll erase that, and you don't have to do it in this order. You could either create the actual div container first, or you can create the HTML side of it. But while I'm on the HTML page, I'm just gonna go ahead and create the div first, and then create the style. Alright, so what you want to do is open, you're going to put div ID, we're going to make it an ID. There's two types of divs. There are IDs and there are classes. An ID is an ID type of div is a style, is a div that you can use once. A class you can use several times, but we're not going to get into that right now. Div ID equals, we're going to call this container, and close that div. You open, close, and then close that div. Give it some space. Alright, see, so we made that on the oh, actually, wait, I did something wrong. Sorry. Div ID equals, you gotta put it in these little quotes. Container. Sorry. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we've created that container. Now we're going to create the style for it, because right now if you preview it, you don't actually see the container because we didn't, it doesn't have a style. Alright, low battery, give me a second. Sorry. Right now I'm on a train headed to New York, from Philadelphia to New York. This is like train video tutorials. I apologize for the pause here. Maybe I should pause my videos or something like that, but no, because we are going to keep it real. So I'm plugged up. So now we're gonna go to the index.css, so we can give that container div that we created some style, so we can see it. Okay, so right underneath our body, where we made our body, we're gonna go hashtag container, open the curly brackets, close the curly brackets, and that's our actual div, our actual beginning to style that container div. As I'm doing each thing, I like to press Command S, or I guess Control S on a PC to save my work, so that in case my computer crashes or in case I lose power. Sorry, I just saw something out the window. It's crazy. That I don't lose all my work. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a width. And like I said before, as you start typing things, the computer, like the program Dreamweaver, gives you like a little cheat sheet. So when I start typing width, you see it goes right to width. So I press enter. Then I'm going to give this page a width of 1000 pixels. Alright, 1000 pixels. I'm not going to give it a height because I don't normally give my divs heights, because as I place the items in, what not giving it a height does is it actually like it just goes as you can put as much content as you want in it, and it just keeps on expanding with an infinite height depth, whatever. Anyway, okay, so margin. Okay, we're gonna give it a left margin of auto, and then we're gonna give it a margin right of auto. So I gave it a margin left auto, and then I put the quotation, and then a margin right auto quotation, colon rather, sorry. But what that does is it centers our div. It centers that container div. I'm gonna drop down to the next line, and I'm gonna give it a background color. Background color. Right now we're just gonna give it a background color of black, just so we can make sure it worked. All right. Background color black. Now let's see if it worked, and if it's in the center, and if it shows up. All right. Go back to the index. Oh, and all we gotta do is refresh the page. Refresh. It's not there. It's not there because in the actual container there's no content to show. So content here. Refresh. See? It's actually there. It won't show up. It didn't show up because we put it there, but we didn't put anything inside of it. Because we didn't give it a height, it didn't show up because there was nothing inside of it. So we put a little bit of text in there, and now it showed up because the text is inside. Now the text is not showing up because the default color of the text is black. So let's give our text some style. So I go back to my CSS page, my styling page, and in the container style I just made, I'm going to go color, because in the last video, remember I said background color is for the background color of that div, and color represents color of the text. So let's give it an off-white, and now you should see the text that I just put. Content here. Let's make that text a little smaller, because obviously that's too big. Okay, so we're gonna go font, go down to size, font size, 18 point. Alright, if I'm going too fast, just like pause the video so you can keep up. Alright, content here. Nice. Now just to show you guys a little trick, just in case you're curious, what you can do if you want to center your text, probably jumping ahead, you just go for the next thing, next style, you just go text, align, and then you can go down to center, and always never forget to put your to close it with that. You see it on the screen. Never forget to close it, because if you don't close it, it won't work, or Dreamweaver might start acting weird or whatever. So yeah, close it with the semicolon. Alright. See that center the text, content here. Alright, so that's just our placeholder for our divs. We're not actually gonna put any content in that. But so let me go back to the HTML side. I'm gonna erase that. That was just so you guys can see this working. I gave myself some space, came back up. Now I'm gonna make the header. Okay, we're gonna make the header the same way we made the container. If you made the container and it worked for you, you can do the header the same way. You just write div id equals header. All right. Keep on forgetting. Don't forget that. Put the quotations. And then you close that. Right? Close that. Boom, boom. It should automatically close the div for you. Why isn't it closed? Okay, so, yeah. It's really weird if you misspell your words. It's D-I-V. I had D-I-C. Yeah, you guys are gonna get a laugh out of that, right? Okay, whatever. So I made the div for the header, and div ID. It's early in the morning. Forgive me. Div ID equals content. All right. Keep on forgetting stuff. I'm a bad example. I'm a horrible teacher. Okay. Close that. And here we go. Let's get this on perfect. Div ID. Just look at the text at the bottom of the screen. Footer. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So now you got your header, content, and your footer, right? So I'm gonna put content goes. Sorry. Uh, Header goes here. All right. Content goes here. All right. And footer goes here. All right. Save. Boom. Now, like I said before, we created these three divs: the header, the content, and the footer. But again, there's no style, so it's not going to show up when we refresh our page. Actually, it did show up, which is interesting. Very interesting. I didn't know that worked. But anyway, you have to give it style. Don't stop here. You have to give it style. It's weird. Awkward. Okay, so let's create our IDs for header, content. You have to give it style. Don't stop. And footer, because if you don't give it style, you won't have any control over what goes inside of it. So let's make the header give the header a width of, we're gonna make everything 1,000 pixels. 1,000 pixels. Okay, content, same thing. We can copy and paste. Don't forget to close it out. Copy. All right. Paste. Footer, same thing. Copy, paste. All right. Now we're gonna give the header a height. Height. We're gonna make the header, let's say 50. No, let's say 30 pixels. Same thing with the footer. So Command C, put that by the footer, and give the footer the same amount of height as the header. Now we're going to give the header a background color so you can see it, because everything's black right now. Background color. We're gonna make the header. Put this. Let's make it a. Let's give it. Let's give it this dark color right here. Whatever, you can make yours whatever you want. I'm gonna make the footer the same color. Okay, so I just copied and pasted that. Now the content, we're gonna give the content a height, and like I said, I'm just giving the stuff heights and the content height because of because I just want you guys to see that it's there. But let's give it a height of 500 pixels, and the background color. Let's just let's just put it white. All right. And we're gonna change the font color. To do that, like I said, you just start typing color, and then I gave it like that. I gave it this. I made the back white, so I'm gonna make this this dark color right here. All right, all right. So let's test that and see if it worked. Look at that. Look, I'm making websites now. Check this out. All right. So now in the container, I have everything floating in the center. I don't want that to apply to all of my divs. I just want to leave it on the header div and the footer div. I'm going to take that out of the content div because I want my content to start on the right because you know, we read from right to left. So I'm going to take that attribute off of the container div. I shouldn't even did it because now you guys are like following me. So wait, let me undo that. I'm going to copy that, then I'm going to delete it and put it on the header and also put it on the footer. I'm going real fast today, aren't I? I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I get zoned out. I get into stuff. So, alright, so now the header and the footer should be text align centered, and the content should not be text align centered. The content should be on the left side of the page. I said right to left earlier, which is okay. That worked. Okay, see. So now, you know, just to neaten this up a little bit, see how the content goes here is all the way on the left side, and it's not really neat. You want to kind of like give it a little bit of space right here on the side. So let's do that. Let's give a little bit of space on the side. So in order to do that, you have to give it what's called padding. Some people might have a difficulty understanding the difference between margin and padding. How can I explain this? Margin is the difference. Like, say if you have two objects and you want to separate them, that's margin. Margin is the space between two objects. And padding is the space. If you have a container, margin is the space of the item that's in that container from the wall of that container. It's kind of difficult. Alright. Anyway, alright, just give it some padding. I didn't explain that very well. But padding left. Padding left. What we have to do with padding, though, that's different from margin. When you give something padding, we're going to give it 10 pixels of padding, right? But we have to take away that 10 pixels from the overall width. Alright, so we're going to take 10 pixels away from the width. So we should now have a width of 990 pixels with the padding left of 10 pixels. So it's gonna push the text a little bit of padding away from the side border. See, moved over just a little bit. All right, so there's a little dose for you. I know I did it kind of fast. I apologize. I guess I was in cruise control mode, but we're coming along on our website here. I'm gonna do one more thing. I don't like this background color. It's horrible, right? Background color sucks. So let's change it to something else. What color would you like me to change it to? Matter of fact, nobody watched the last video. I got like 3 views. It'll probably go up, but like I'm gonna let you guys pick what background color I should change my background to, and if I get no responses, I guess I'll just change it to something else. But it's okay. As long as I'm helping one person, then you know it's all right. Leave any comments in the comment section if you want to know something specific, and I'll try my best to get back to you ASAP. All right. Have a good day. Alan from A-Dubb Productions. Have a good one.